Imagine the hot, pounding roar of twin engines slicing through the frigid night air over Eastern Europe, the year 2025 etched in history as the skies ignite with retribution. It's October 6th, and in a move that sends shockwaves across the globe, Ukrainian pilots, armed with the untouchable F-15 Eagle, execute a flawless precision strike on Moscow's glittering city towers, the nerve center of Russian oligarch excess, valued at a staggering $200 million. Alarms wail as AGM-158 JASSM missiles streak from the jet's underbelly, erupting in cataclysmic fireballs that swallow steel and glass in seconds, toppling symbols of imperial arrogance into heaps of twisted metal and acrid smoke. This isn't mere warfare, it's poetic justice, a testament to American engineering in Ukrainian hands, where one bird of prey turns the tide of a brutal conflict. The F-15, that ageless predator born in the Cold War's forge, proves yet again why it's the apex of aerial dominance, undefeated, unrelenting, a shadow that devours light. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Strike Point Media channel, your premier destination for dissecting the raw edge of military innovation and geopolitical thunder. If tales of high-octane strikes and tech that reshapes battlefields get your blood pumping, do us a solid, smash that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, and ring the bell so you never miss a beat. Your engagement fuels these breakdowns, and today, we're peeling back the layers of the F-15 Eagle like never before. Buckle up, we're soaring in. Let's start with the exterior of this magnificent war machine, because from the outside, the F-15 Eagle is a symphony of lethal elegance, designed not just to fly, but to intimidate and annihilate. Stretching 63 feet and 9 inches from nose to tail, with a commanding wingspan of 42 feet and 10 inches, its cropped delta wings, swept back at 45 degrees and spanning 608 square feet, cut through the atmosphere like a scalpel through silk, offering low wing loading for those razor-sharp turns that leave pursuers eating contrails the airframe. A robust semi-monocoque marvel, blending 3% high-strength aluminum alloys for lightness, 8% titanium for heat resistance around those scorching engine bays, and composites for weight savings that keep the max takeoff weight at a nimble 68,000 pounds. Twin vertical stabilizers rise like jagged sentinels, canted outward for stability at Mach speeds, while the horizontal tails, all moving slabs, provide roll control with surgical precision. No frills here, the rectangular air inlets featuring variable ramps that adjust like breathing lungs to optimize supersonic airflow, feed the twin Pratt & Whitney F-100 PW2, 120 turbofans, each packing 770 pounds of dry thrust and surging to 29,000 in afterburner, expelling exhaust without those outdated turkey feather nozzles for a cleaner, if slightly draggy, profile. In the Moscow strike, envision this beast painted in lower, observable grays, conformal fuel tanks hugging the fuselage like armored skin, adding 750 gallons without a drag penalty, slung low beneath with 9 hardpoints bristling, AIM-1, 120 AMRAAMs for beyond visual, range kills, AGM-88 harms to shred enemy radars, and those game-changing JASSMs that dance through S4, 100 nets undetected. The tricycle landing gear retracts flush boron, composite skins shrug off bird strikes, and the spine-mounted speed brake snaps open to bleed velocity in dogfights without buffet. It's not stealthy like an F-35, but rugged, built to ingress low over Belarusian forests, pop up over the horizon, and vanish before the rubble settles. This exterior isn't armor, it's an invitation to chase, knowing few can catch what the eagle devours. Now, Transport yourself into the cockpit, the nerve center where man and machine fuse into something godlike, a pressurized sanctum of glowing screens and intuitive controls that turned Ukrainian aces into ghosts over Moscow's defenses, and trust me, this is where the F-15's soul resides, a sprawling, immersive bubble of tech that demands a deep dive because every inch pulses with purpose. Slide into the Martin Baker Mk 16 or upgraded Ace's Roman II ejection seat 0 capable, meaning it catapults you clear at standstill or full throttle, leg restraints snapping tight, rocket firing with 18 feet per second squared acceleration, parachute blooming automatically at 250 feet per second. Descent, a lifesaver in the chaotic egress from that tower inferno. The HOTAS setup, hands on, throttle, and stick, keeps your focus lethal. The force-sensing side stick, fly-by, wire augmented for stability, demands just ounces of pressure for 9G barrel rolls, while throttles with detents slide smoothly to afterburner, Fadic engines spooling without a hiccup. Wraparound, absolutely. The bubble canopy, frameless polycarbonate bird. Strike resistant, frames a 360-degree panorama, windscreens demisting automatically against cockpit fog from G-induced sweat. Dead center, the HUD projecting ballistic reticles, airspeed and targeting pips onto the glass, so during the strike, the pilot's eyes locked on infrared ghosts of towers, while symbology screamed laser designate, Fox 3. Flanking it, 3.5 by 5-inch multifunction displays cycle modes via cursor controls. A PG-82V1 ESA radar sweeps 120 degrees, painting 20 bogies at 200 miles. Look, down/shoot down piercing ground clutter like a MyG swarm over urban sprawl. The central computer, MILSTD 1553B databus humming at 20 Mbps, fuses inputs from inertial nav, GPS, and AWACS data links, overlaying digital maps that warned of Moscow's SAM belts in real-time Cyrillic alerts for Ukrainian crews. Ergonomics scream luxury and lethality. 30-degree recline fights blood pooling in plus 9G pulls. Adjustable pedals and armrests fit any frame. Even female pilots in Kiev's squadrons praise the inclusivity while the G-suit inflates rhythmically. Pressure breathing mask countering hypoxia at 65,000 feet. Audio, a symphony managed by the AMU UHF/VHF crypto secure for wingman whispers, IFF chirps confirming friendlies, and that eerie female voice alert, missile, brake left, cueing evasive S-turns as RWR screams on S400 locks. NV-G compatible red lighting bathes panels in ghostly glow for night ops, rheostats dimming to preserve dark adaptation, while haptic stick feedback buzzes stall warnings through gloves. Storage nooks hold kneeboards etched with Russian IADS frequencies, a urine relief tube for marathon patrols, and even cup holders, because pre-mission adrenaline needs coffee. The glare shield kills sun dazzle over snowy steppes, circuit breakers glow, labeled for frantic pulls mid-furball, and the oxygen system, molecular sieve pure O2, auto, regulates to prevent the black tunnel of Geopolitics. In the F-15EX variant trickling to allies by 2025, touchscreens replace knobs, fly-by, wire smooths Dutch rolls, and the joint helmet, mounted cueing system lets you look and shoot, head swivel slaves a Python missile to your gaze, turning the cockpit into an extension of instinct. For Ukraine's transition from Sakwa, bilingual overlays ease the curve, menus flipping English to Cyrillic with a thumb flick. Vibration isolators hush engine thrums to 85 dB, displays staying crisp at full reheat, and maintenance hatches snap open tool, free for battlefield resets. Imagine the pulse, heart monitor spiking as JASMs ripple off, fuel gauges dipping from 455 pounds internal, weapon counters zeroing, yet the cocoon holds, intuitive as breath, immersive as a dream where you command storms. This interior didn't just enable the strike, it birthed legends, pilots RTBing with tales of a jet that anticipated chaos, amplifying human will into precision poetry. It's not a cage, it's ascension, where every switch, every beep, whispers victory in the face of oblivion. Performance-wise, the F-15 Eagle doesn't perform. It conquers, a kinetic storm of specs that mock gravity and rivals alike, as evidenced in that blistering Moscow run where it outran Fulcrum intercepts at Mach 1, 8 low level, top speed Mach 2, 5 at 40,000 feet 1, 875 mph, supercruising Mach 1, 2 sans afterburners to conserve the 3000 nautical mile ferry range with tanks. Combat radius stretches 1061 miles clean, but conformal tanks push it to 1500 for deep strikes, ingress from western Ukraine without a tanker Bowser. Climb rate scorches 67,050 feet per minute, shattering 30,000 feet in 60 seconds flat, a vertical sprint that saw the Streak Eagle prototype claw to 98,425 feet in 3:27 back in 75, records still standing. Maneuverability 9G sustained, 28 degrees per second turn rate, thrust to weight 107, one enabling cobras and tail slides that bleed my G29 energy dry. Acceleration snaps Mach 0, 9 to 1. 2 in blinks, area ruled fuselage smoothing transonic buzz, while speed brakes dump 200 knots sans buffet. Wing loading at 73. 1 pounds per square foot kisses the sky suite, service ceiling 65,000 feet where thin air favors the bold. In the op it loitered subsonic at 500 knots, 500 feet AGL terrain, following radar beeping, then lofted munitions 100 miles standoff. Reliability 99% mission capable, MTBF 0 hours per engine, FADEC tweaking fuel air for peak efficiency at 200 pounds per hour cruise. It's raw poetry, the AB surge lighting tails orange, wings carving vapor cones in pulls, a jet that doesn't fly, it hunts. Safety features on the F-15 are battle-hardened guardians, not bells and whistles, ensuring pilots like those Ukrainian ghosts return to toast the rubble. The Ace's Roman 2-seat rockets at 0 airspeed, 98% success rate, survival kit beaming beacons post-shoot, triple, redundant flyby, wire averts spins, hydraulics backing each other seamless, and /AL-45 dispenser hurls 60 chaff/flares per leg, spoofing SA-20s, while LQ-2, 114, IDACOM Auto, jams radars, RWR beeping threats seconds early. Fuel inerting slashes explosion odds 90%, airframe shrugging SAM hits, like a Saudi bird in Yemen 18 limping home hold. Auto ground collision pulls up from clutter, G, suits pulse against blackout, its survival woven in, 0 class a mishaps lately. Unique selling points, the Eagle's undefeated 104-0 air kill ledger, no losses in dogfights, a twin engine redundancy outlasting singletons like the F-16. ESA tracks 20, engages 8, F-15EX hauls 22,000 pounds payload, 8 AAM standard over, kill for Su-35 scrambles. Modular upgrades future-proof it. $30K flight hour cheaper than peers. Morale booster with Israeli aces lore. For Ukraine, it's the multi-role king. Air ace to CS without compromise. Price. No bargain. Bin toy. The F-15EX flies away at $94 million unit. But Ukraine scores refurbished C/DS Vire aid at $30-40 million. Upgrades $10 million more. One strikes $5 million munitions, $200 million ROI in towers alone. Compared to Rafael's $120 million, its savvy sovereignty, in wrapping this aerial epic, the F-15 Eagle transcends metal, its defiance incarnate, from predatory shell to cockpit crucible, performance thunder, safety shield, USB edge, and price punch that felled Moscow's pride. For Ukraine, it's wings of freedom, for us, endless awe. What's your boldest F-15 what if? Comment below. Subscribe to Strike Point Media for more firestorms, like if eagles soar your soul. Clear skies ahead, stay lethal.